Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're jumping straight into the title of this video, and that is we're gonna weld on solar. At least we're gonna attempt to. I have no idea if this is gonna work. So behind me you see I've temporarily wired in this waterproof 220 split phase connector here, and it wires up to this little tiny TIG welder. Now, this is a tiny Taiwanese TIG welder, so it does run on 220. It's also capable of running stick welding. So we're gonna test the stick welding first. We've got a little bit of argon gas, so all going well, maybe we'll test the TIG weld as well. But let's just see if this will do it and if it'll vaporize my electrical system or not.
You haven't got it turned on, do you?
I don't think it's turned on yet. Flick it on. All right, there we go.
Hey, Simon?
Yeah.
Can you turn the power up a bit more?
Okay. All right, here you go.
Oh yeah. She's gonna work, Simon.
No kidding, man.
Not too bad, not too bad.
It's amazing that the panel's actually already backfilled everything you just did.
Have you got the welder on?
No, I still can go a little bit higher. Let's go. All right, we're at full tilt now. Let's see what it does.
Oh yeah, Simon, she'll weld. I mean, you'll be able to weld plate if you practice a bit. That's this thickness. Yeah. So with the TIG, we'll be able to do anything we want.
Nice.
So that's good because
it's 1/4 inch plate there, isn't it?
Yeah, this is somewhere getting close to 1/4 inch. So if we get that kind of penetration on that. This welder has a duty cycle. When you weld with it, only burn for maybe maximum 2 minutes and give it a break. When you're welding stainless steel or mild steel with this thing, it's got to get out about that distance or maybe a tad farther. And what you do, grind this to a point. But make sure when you grind it that the grinder's grinding so that the strokes are going that way.
Okay, so I might use my my belt sander on a finer grit.
Yeah.
Like a 200 grit or something.
Yeah, and make it a point. It doesn't have to be a point like as long a point as you can make is nicer.
Okay.
A nice long point, like back to about that far.
So it creates a puddle, and then you just melt the rod into that puddle.
You do, but this you'll find that if this touches more than a few times, if you touch it on the thing, get it stuck, then it won't run a proper bead at all.
Oh, okay. So you gotta clean it up again.
And you gotta clean it up again.
So that was just a very basic rod setup. Now the nice thing about this welder is we've set it up so that it can do stick, but it can also do TIG. So to do TIG, you need argon gas, which we've got a little bottle of here, and we need a regulator for that, and a flow meter for that, and all kinds of fun stuff, which Mike's been busy at work sourcing because it's been a bit of a challenge because the stuff is from Taiwan. It's not compatible with all the stuff that's here, right?
Some of it, yeah. Some
of it's been a bit of a challenge.
Okay. What we need for the TIG is about 5 to 10. This needs to be set. Okay, so we got 1,000 pounds in the bottle. This little gauge here, we'll make it up. We'll set it up to a higher pressure than it used to be anyways.
Yeah, you can see the tube stiffening up.
It should only be reading at about between 5 and 10 pounds because all the argon's doing is blocking the oxygen. This, I'll run a bead on this mild steel just to show you.
So the way this system works is one side closer to the gas fitting, that's the TIG, and then you use the other side for ground. But when you're doing stick, you switch them around. So that side becomes your working lead, and then this one is your ground on that side. So. So you need the stainless rod if you're really gonna try this, right?
Well, it's just I'm checking out the heat because the penetration we're going to get with this on this big piece of plate is not going to be a lot anyways.
All right, you're at 90%.
Oh geez, this thing puts out a lot of heat, man, Simon. That's a lot of heat.
So the TIG is much more efficient than the stick was for power consumption, because I'm looking at the panels and they're barely moving at all. I mean, my solar system has no trouble keeping up with this.
Oh really? So
it's wild.
Look at the kind of melt that it got on there too, right?
So it must not be burning the full 4,000 watts at all.
Well, what it's doing is the tungsten's concentrating the temperature, right?
Yeah.
Let me see what kind of, you see that cut that junky weld down to a wave, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I was only using, I had to steady my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Takes practice.
Alright, so we used the TIG right there without any filler rod. We're just using it to clean up some of the stick welds that we did a moment ago. And those stick welds were done over some really shoddy stick welds that I had done a little while ago. But the basic premise is TIG is a little bit more efficient and much cleaner. So if I can use TIG, I will use TIG. And really cool though that I could do this on the boat on just a solar system.
Yeah, so I turned the PSI down to 5 because we were using too much argon.
Yeah.
This has still got quite a bit of penetration, so we got a lot of heat coming out of the welder, right? There's different shapes that you can make with the tip to get a certain type of a shaped weld.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, gives you an idea. That's a lot of penetration.
Okay, so it's getting cold and I realize I still haven't done these windows. So it's cold and you might be thinking, Simon, why are you about to do this? And it's like, well, because it's only gonna get colder. So we do this now, we're uncomfortable a little bit, but yeah, we gotta get these in properly. Okay, let's try and get this all done today so that I can have a nice warm berth tonight, hey? Alright, well that got done pretty damn quick. Turns out if you threaten me with a cold night in the bed, I get pretty productive. I gotta go do some work here on the island. I'm running late already, but yeah, hopefully this cures in the next 24 hours. It's cold, it's gonna take a while, but it should at least be safe from moisture in the next 3 hours, so. I really like this. So, got a pillow height, and the view out the window is exactly 50-50. It's exactly water and air and ground, and I really like that, and it really makes me happy. So it's not the case in all the other berths, but in the big master berth, it is the case. All right, I have a lot of cleaning to do when I get back tonight, but I'm gonna go to work, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. All right, feeling rested, feeling fine. Last night some cool stuff happened. Moved the boat to a new place. We'll get into that in a second. But right now we're doing a sponsored bit, very short sponsored bit this time. This is Kamika's new Pro Level 2 microphone. Now, for the last like 30 videos I've been using the Kamika mic. This is the V30 Lite, which I really like. So if you're not using a semi-professional or professional level camera, the V30 Lite I think is one of your best options because it has also a cell phone connection, so you can switch it to cell phone. This one doesn't have that. This is more geared towards somebody who wants better audio quality. There's a few things you have to do for better audio quality. First of all, dedicated just camera hookup. There's a 3.5mm jack. Secondly, this thing runs on batteries, which, you know, I hate the ones that run on batteries. But hopefully this time, as opposed to when I was using Rode mics before, the difference will actually matter. And I'll let you guys decide that. So I'm gonna go switch to this microphone now. And for the rest of the episode and the next few episodes, probably the next several episodes, you can listen to that quality versus this quality and let me know what you think. Links in the description. Thank you, Kamika, for sending out yet another microphone. This is the third one they've sent me. These guys really like me. Test. Let's see if this audio quality is that much better. Now, this is not really a real test because this part of audio is great. So when I'm in front of the camera, never had a problem with the V30 Lite. Always gave me fine results. But if I turn the camera the other way, now you're looking at my messy counter. Now, my voice always sounded a bit weird from back here. This should make it sound even worse if it's working like a traditional shotgun. But I won't know any of that until I get into the edit, so you guys will have to make up your mind. All right, I don't know if you guys can see at the top of the frame, the microphone is a little bit in the frame, but I'll have to make some adjustments to make that work. Maybe I'll get a little spacer or something. Tom and Josie, now they visited me a year ago, this time a year ago, and I had no floor in here, I had no windows. It was a very different boat. And now they're visiting me now, and it's really put into perspective just like how much has changed in a year. Quite a lot. Tom and Josie, of course, they have that beautiful aluminum Bruce design. It's got one of those origami type boats, a lot like SV Seeker. If you go check out that channel, they've got something similar but all made of aluminum. And they're coming over to help me do a little bit of sanding, a little bit of work. And then hopefully we'll be able to wrap this episode up with a nice campfire because the fire bans are over, and just enjoy a relaxing evening out in nature with some good friends.
You hop on. I'll take care of that. Just begging to go for a ride. I think she's missing her dad now.
Bye, honey. Have fun.
You want to go back. You do want to go back.
She'll enjoy the ride. Go have fun. She just might sit really close to the bow, so watch your guitar. She always likes sitting on the bow. hanging out. Marlo's in the jacket because he's too cold. Honey's looking very jealous behind me, but we're gonna enjoy some hot dogs, and Eric's gonna play a song, so it's gonna be a good night. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next episode.
She was on the bar just sitting there like that. While talking to
Good plan, Lee.
next thing as you get goes down to Vignette. As Tim was lifted on the bed to grin. Reached by the wrist, now I'm pedal home.
Nice, very, very nice.
Song, sorry for the mistakes, but you know.
Yeah.